After getting their seasons back on track with much needed wins over the weekend, our North Dakota Missouri Valley Football Conference teams are getting ready to go head to head. North Dakota State making the quick trip up north to the Alara Center to take on the Fighting Hawks. Now, one thing that the Bison know they're going to have to prepare for, an offense with a ton of weapons. As has been the case in each of their last 3 meetings between these two teams, they'll both be nationally ranked, and the Fighting Hawks will be led under center by Tommy Schuster. Schuster and the Fighting Hawks have been putting up Madden level numbers this season. And just the first 2 games of the year, their offense accounted for over 1,000 yards, and they got right back on track after falling to Boise State and South Dakota State. They finished with 461 total yards in their win over Western Illinois. Head coach Matt Entz talked about what the Bison are going to have to do to try to keep this fiery offense and their experienced quarterback under control.
Got to find ways to step on his toes and force the ball to come out quick. Can we find a way to create some negative plays? We got to have great eye discipline during the course of the game and make sure our eyes are getting ahead with motion and we're not turning people loose down the field because, again, he's savvy enough. He buys time in the pocket. He's good enough with his feet that he'll find that open receiver that, you know, is if it's a post Dover or whatever they run, he's not afraid to put it out there.
Now, the Bison have seemed to have an answer for these UND offenses since these two teams have restarted their rivalry. Matt Entz is 4-0 as a head coach against UND. Last year, they held them to 153 passing yards on 22 attempts. And hey, speaking of Bison defense, a member of Code Green's been named the Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Logan Kopp earned his first MVFC weekly honor after making 9 tackles and forcing a fumble against Missouri State on Saturday. Kopp has had an incredible year for the Bison so far, leading the team in tackles with 34.
That was a great play for the Bears, too.
Let's check in with some high school volleyball now. One of the top teams in Class B in action at home, Northern Cass hosting Nelson County. The Jaguars taking the first set. We're tied at 3 here in the second, but not for much longer. The Chargers looking to send this one over, but Josie Jensen doesn't let it get over the net. A 6'3" senior shutting that one down, reclaiming the Jaguar lead. And they aren't letting up. Set up right in the middle to Addison. Winterquist lowers the boom, the kill shot, giving Northern Cass a 2-point lead. Moving ahead in the set now, Nelson County still trying to battle back. This is going to help. Jesse Modzenbraten pops this one up and over. Neither diving save could get there in time. The Chargers cutting into that lead, but the Jags will not be denied. It's a 10-point game now. Hayden Crockett loads up from the outside. Nobody's going to get there in time. Northern Cass will go on to win the second set 25-11. They're going to finish with a clean sweep. Northern Cass improving to 24-4-1 on the season. And guys, of course, the biggest volleyball story of the night, the Hatton Northwood volleyball team getting back in action. I know you guys touched on it a little earlier, but I couldn't imagine what they've been going through for the past few weeks. So just them getting out on the court, the biggest win of the day for sure.
Return to normalcy for sure.
Exactly.
Thanks, Devin.
After the break, Summer's back in with one more look at your forecast, just how low our temps might go tonight.
Can you get